Yo guys, I'm Nvme and welcome back to another Dying Light video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the Buggy in Dying Light the following. I'll be showing you guys how you can get the best upgrades, how you can farm driver XP, where you can get all the parts for your Buggy, and also just giving you guys some tips and tricks when you are playing Dying Light the following. Now before I continue with this video, I'd like to ask you guys to please check out my brother's channel. He's been working on some videos, improving, and learning how to be a YouTuber. If you guys can, just go to his channel and subscribe, and help him get to 1,000 subscribers. I'll leave a link to his channel in the description, and also in the pinned comment down below. And lastly, a special thank you to all the members on my channel. But with all that being said, let's get right into today's video. Now firstly, what is the Buggy? The Buggy is a vehicle you get in Dying Light the following, and it is your main source of transportation, like your main use of transportation. You can customize your Buggy with skins, bobbleheads, and charms. However, these are all purely cosmetic, except for one skin. And that skin is the Rugged Roadster from the Diesel Punk bundle. This skin reduces the amount of fuel you consume by 50%. So if you have the Enhanced Edition or just have this bundle, make sure you use this skin, since it'll save you the effort of getting fuel and fueling up your car. But now, aside from the skins, you can actually upgrade your vehicle to improve its handling, speed, and everything else. It has 5 main parts, and you can find these parts all around the countryside. Now at the beginning of the game, you can find some decent parts around the countryside, but what I recommend is progressing through the main story until you can do the side quest where you get on the bridge to get to this big truck. Inside this big truck, you'll find this trucker who will sell you car parts and also, some materials for your car. He sells decent upgrades, and if you get this at the start, it'll be very useful for you. But now, how do you get the best parts? You can actually get the best parts either like midway through the game or, midway through the story. And the way you do this is by completing the Gathering story mission. This mission involves you going up a mountain and attending the Children of the Sun's ritual. This is a ritual where you get to stand in front of a zombie that doesn't attack you, and it's also the first time you get to see the mother. Afterwards, you will go back to the farm to talk to Jazir, who will give you a military access keycard. Now with this keycard, you can actually find military crates around the countryside that will have blueprints for your car, more specifically for the car parts. These are the best ones in the game, and not only do you get the blueprints, you also get king mods in these chests. So either way, they're really worth tracking down and getting. Just follow what you see on screen, get the blueprints and get the king mods, and then afterwards we can continue with the next topic. Alright, now that we have all the car parts, let's talk about how you can get the materials. There are 6 materials. There are screws, steel tubing, lubricants, rubber, wire, and synthetic. If you head over to the trucker that we talked about before, on top of this bridge, he will actually sell you everything, even the synthetic. Although the synthetic is more of a chance, and it's not guaranteed, but you can still get it. But now you can also head over to Bilal. This guy's a quartermaster at the gas station safe zone, and he'll give you screws, steel tubing, wire, and rubber only. He also gives you, some low tier car parts, so you could also get those and use them whenever you feel like it. What I recommend is simply sleeping till the next day, going back to him to claim these, and then rinsing and repeating. This is something great to know if you don't have a lot of cash or you don't want to waste all your money. But now you can also buy this stuff from the shops. From what I've seen, they'll sell you screws, steel tubing, lubricants, rubber, and wire. They will not sell you synthetic or car parts. But now a trick you can do for synthetic is to loot these military outpost vehicles. These have a chance of giving you synthetic, and I want to emphasize chance. Like, it's not guaranteed that you'll get synthetic from these vehicles. But they are still worth going after since they also give you some pretty good loot, like chests that can even give you king mods and other cool car parts. But now a trick you guys can do for these military convoys is head over to this military convoy right here, which is south of the gas station, and grab this map right here. When you interact with this map, it'll mark all the military convoys or the military outposts on your map. This will make it very easier for you to see if there's any military outposts nearby. These military outposts are very useful, have a lot of great loot, and are worth checking out whenever you are close to one. So now that we talked about the car parts, the materials, and all that stuff, let's talk about the best way to farm driver XP. As some of you guys may know, in the following there's a new skill tree called Driver. The skill tree can help you upgrade your vehicle and make it easier for you to progress through the story. But now, what is the best way to farm this XP? The strat we'll be going with is driving at night. When you drive at night, you get a lot of XP just by driving at your top speed, but you also get a lot of XP for running into zombies. This is one part of our strat, and it is the main one. The next part of our strat is escaping chases. When you escape a chase, you get driver XP and you get a lot of it. However, the way it works is that you gotta be in a chase for a long duration. Like I've gotten to level 4 chases and left early, but only got like 1,000 something points. Whereas if I stayed longer, I got like 2,000, even 3,000 points. So yeah, the tip I recommend is starting a chase while running zombies over and keeping that chase for as long as possible while running zombies over for the whole night. But anyways, that's the strat. Now, how can we improve upon this and make it easier for us? Well, now this is where the skills from the driver tree come in handy. Here are the skills I recommend you focus on. Now, firstly, in the tree, you need to make sure you get mechanic level. These are a necessity, and they allow you to craft parts, which, isn't very useful since you have the best car parts, but you need them to get the other parts. So, make sure you get these, but only make sure you get from 1 to 4. You don't need 5 at all. Since you'll probably have the best car parts, 5 is completely useless. But next, you want to get nitro. This is very useful because if you have a zombie on your car that's attacking you, all you got to do is use the nitro just a little bit and they'll fall off. So yeah, this is useful for virals, but also volatiles and anything else that'll jump on your car. You can just get the first one. I don't recommend getting the second one unless, you've progressed far enough to where it's useful. But other than that, just get the first one. Now next is reinforced cage. There are 3 levels of this and I recommend getting all of them. Since our strat involves us, ramming into zombies, and this will damage our vehicle or damage our vehicle parts, even if we have the best ones. So yeah, when you can, make sure you get all 3 of these upgrades, since they'll help you out a lot. But next, we want to get ramming bar and reinforced ramming bar. This will make it easier for us to run over zombies and not get slowed down when we hit a giant group of them. It's pretty self-explanatory, nothing, I need to explain further. So yeah, make sure you get these upgrades. Now next, we got off-road suspension. This one is optional, but what it does is that it allows you to travel faster off-road. This one's very useful if you are going off-road a lot, which you most likely will, to ram the zombies. So yeah, I would recommend getting this, but I would not put it as a priority. And we have fuel efficiency. Now, I don't actually recommend getting this if you have the skin. So yeah, if you don't have the skin, I recommend getting the first one, but even then you probably won't need it because you won't use too much fuel. So yeah, if you have the skin, do not get any of these skills. Alright, now let's talk about the weapons that you can get on the buggy. You're going to equip 2 weapons only, and one that I highly recommend is electric cage. This is a must. The reason why I recommend it is because when you use this, it'll electrocute any zombies on your buggy and around you. This can be very useful when dealing with volatiles because all you got to do is stop, use this, and they will get hurt while they are trying to attack you. This will make it very easier for you to kill them and get a lot of XP. But now for the second upgrade, there are only 2 that I recommend that you pick between, and those are mine dispenser or flamethrower. Now out of these 2, I highly recommend mine dispenser because 1, if you're being chased, you can just drop these mines behind you and they'll explode. But it's just also more easier to do and much more effective than the flamethrower. You can get the mines from Bilal and just keep farming them while you are getting the craft parts. But now for the flamethrower, it does exactly what you would think it would do, which is give you flamethrowers at the front of your vehicle, which in my opinion isn't too useful since we'll be, ramming into zombies. But yeah, if you want to use it, go ahead, but I would recommend the mine dispenser. But now here are a few tips that I can give you when you are doing this strat. Firstly, make sure you turn your gamma up all the way so that you can see at night much easily. If you have your gamma set all the way up, you'll be able to find zombies much easily and run them over. This is a game changer and I'm sure a lot of you guys probably did not think of this. And another tip that some of you may not know is that you can heal while you are driving. Like you don't even have to slow down. You can go as fast as you want and press the heal button and you will heal while you are driving. This is very useful since you'll be dealing with volatiles and, they're very deadly and could kill you while you are driving. Now, as for places that I'd recommend, you farm this, the first place I'd recommend is Jazir's farm because, in these fields, there are groups of zombies and you can use them to farm a lot of XP. But another location is under the bridge where, this trucker guy is, since there are UV lights under it, and you can use them to avoid the volatiles. There are a lot of other locations as well, but these are the 2 that I love and are pretty close, so But other than that, that's it for the video. If you guys want to know how you can do the Haran prison heist and get a lot of gold weapons and king mods, check out this video right here. Or if you guys want the best Dying Light playlist on YouTube, check out this playlist I made. But other than that, thank you for watching and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.